Welcome back to this week's episode of the Gred podcast. I'm Sahara.
I'm Reed.
I'm Maury.
She's back.
She's
I'm
alive.
back. I am alive.
She's raised from the dead.
Yeah, Sahara was on loan to a Nike sweatshop, so...
Yeah, we lended her over to him.
Not the death jokes as I come back from a funeral.
I said Nike sweatshop. I don't know what you're talking about.
More raised from the dead.
Oh.
That was funny. No, it's all good. I'm good. Slay. Anyways.
You ate?
So, when I came back, Reed was like, you want to watch these movies? And I was like, yeah, I'll watch them and review them. I got you. And those movies are Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2. Reed, didn't you tell me that you heard that they were like a ripoff of Star Wars?
I heard they were really bad, and I was like, all right, who wants to fall on this sword?
Okay.
I actually remember, I think, wasn't it you, Reed? It was someone that thought that Rebel Moon was a new Star Wars movie. I think it was my friend Horn. He's a huge Star Wars nerd, and he's recently quit watching Star Wars because of Disney. And he came to me and he was like, "Oh, that's crazy! Did you know that there's a new Star Wars movie?" And I was like, "Oh, really? What is it?" And it was like Rebel Moon. I was like, "Dude, that's not."
No, that's knockoff. That's knockoff Star Wars made by Zack Snyder.
Yeah, Zack Snyder.
Shittiest director of our generation.
Oh.
Cool.
So,
I was kidding. I know he's the shittiest.
I'm going to recap the whole Part 1 and 2. Guys.
I am so ready to hear you talk about this because you were texting about you're like, this is fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. Hold on, sorry. Instagram is playing music, and it won't stop playing music. Anyway, so I will say this: it was not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'll rate it at the end, but let me tell you about this. So I was texting Reed when I first started this movie. And the first time I tried to watch it, I didn't get an hour in, and that was because I was just sitting there trying to watch it. And then I noticed my nails had grown out because I do gel nails. Not that you people know what that means, but my nails had grown out, and it was time to...
Yeah, what do you mean, you people?
Black?
Huh?
You gentlemen do not understand what that means, since our listeners are mostly men. Basically, girl put epoxy on nail, epoxy grub out, you file it off, you put more.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna restart this movie, and I'm gonna see if it's easier to watch while I do my nails. Meaning, I'm not paying 100% attention, but I'm also ADHD, so like I was
hashtag ADHD moment.
No, literally, I was able to sit through both movies and get cute nails done. So, there's that.
So also women moment.
Girl math. Anyways, it was a very well spent day off. Anyway, okay. So the movie starts kind of like Star Wars, but not really. It's like the starry sky, and then a narrator is entering the chat, and he's like, moon called Velt and all this stuff. So it takes place on a place called Velt, and basically,
how is that spelled? Velt?
VELDT.
Okay, spelled weird, just like I thought.
Yeah. So basically, they call it a moon, but it's a bunch of different planets.
Okay. And
basically, there was like a supreme king and queen over these planets, and they died. And so did their daughter, Princess Issa. And basically, Princess Issa is very special and important because her death... So basically, the king, queen, and the daughter were all slain. And there's one person responsible that they're trying to hold responsible. But the general of the king took over. That's General Belisarius. Don't ask me to spell that. It's like a dinosaur.
Nice.
Okay.
So basically, he takes over after they die, and he starts to rule with an iron fist. And basically, everything is about war. And there's all these wars. And basically, because the king wanted the wars to stop, he had to die. And so did everyone else, because they were all promise of peace. And so there's also more kings and queens, but they're not as supreme as this one was.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was known throughout all the land. And so that's like the basic little snippet in the beginning. And so when they're like, oh, this takes place on a place called Velt, a portal opens up. So it's the galaxy sky.
So they
and then it's a wavy line, and it opens. And I texted Reed about this, and I was like, tell me why a portal just opened and it's shaped like a pussy. It was a literal vagina. And
Whoa.
Slay, I guess. What were you gonna say, Reed?
Oh shit! I lost it.
Okay.
Wait, was it like? Did they just do that big ass exposition dump on you like that? Just like here's all.
No, it was like traveling through the stars, but with a voice instead of like writing.
Okay.
And it wasn't very long. It was a very quick little introduction, and then it went to the planet, because like then the portal opened up as he's talking, and then it went to the planet. So on this planet, it's very dusty, and it's farmland. It's all farmland and mountains. So it's kind of like New Mexico, but greener a little bit.
We have to cook.
Okay.
Gotta cook.
Yeah.
And so basically it zooms in on the farmland. They're about to start planting for the next harvest, or they just started planting for the next harvest. And they all meet in their longhouse, basically having ale, celebrating, and it's like kind of medieval-esque, but like not. Like the outfits are interesting because like they have technology in other parts of the of different moons, but this one's like all farmland. So they're just a bunch of farmers, so they don't really have technology or weapons and stuff like that. Like it's weird. But like there's just a kid with a newsboy hat on, and it's weird. And they're Irish or British for some reason. I don't know.
Of course.
Wait, there's a kid with a newsboy hat in the future.
Dude, dead ass. And a lot of them are blonde and blue-eyed, and I was like, hello?
Oh, say how you real feel, Zack Snyder. Say how you real feel.
Yay.
No, literally, there was only one brown person in the whole village, and she was a war orphan. So she says, and she landed there on a ship 2 seasons ago, which I'm thinking is like 2 planting seasons, so like 2 years ago, I guess. I don't know.
So
they never.
No matter how much time passes, the only genetic thing that can be ensured amongst British people is them all being pale.
Yeah. Right? So, there's the main guy, and his name is I don't remember. Sindri. I was gonna call him Sigurd, which is Sigurd is from Lethal Company. Sindri, he's the founder. He's like the head honcho, and he's having ale, and there's like a woman sitting on his lap, and he's like, "We have to celebrate the new harvest by waking up the sprouts, by making love tonight." And then everyone all goes home to have sex with each other, and it's weird. But there's the main character, and her name's No. Wrong show. I don't remember her name. Hang on.
That's a great sign for a movie. Main character? I don't know her fucking name.
Cora. Okay. No, I've watched too many movies recently.
Legends?
No, literally. Okay, so I will say this. The I was gonna say graphics, but like It's very beautiful, very beautifully made. I'm not gonna shit on that. But the Korra is like the odd one out. Like she's weird because she was a war orphan. She just came 2 seasons ago. Like nobody really knows her. And then and she's living with a man named Hagen. He's like an old man of the village. And then all of a sudden, the next day, as they're spreading seeds and stuff, a warship is overhead and soldiers come down, and that's General Noble. General Noble is like, hey, yo, my people be hungry. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. The next harvest, it only yields enough for us to eat. We only get XYZ amount. And he's like, well, you guys don't look very hungry if that's all you guys are yielding. And then he kills the main guy, the mayor guy, Sindri, in front of everybody, women, children, everybody. Kills him with an axe. In front of everybody because he found out that he lied to him. So the overseer of the harvest is like, actually, we'd be pulling in like 5,000 to 10,000 bushels. And the guy's like, we need this many thousand. I want to say it was like 20,000 or 15,000. And he's like, that leaves us like 2 bushels. Like, we can't do that. And he's like, how long does it take? And he's like, 9 weeks. And he says, I'll be back in 10 weeks and it better be ready. And he leaves a group of soldiers, and these soldiers are dicks. And so this whole time Korra's like, hey, yo, this guy's going to mess shit up around here. And so he leaves these soldiers. They see this young girl. The one guy is Asian, which is really weird because everyone's white. And so it makes sense that the unique characters look different. And so he locks eyes with this really pretty girl in the village, and he like is like smitten. He's like, oh shit, I need to get this shawty's info. And so, but he's a soldier. He's the bad guy. All these guys later like try to sexually assault her in the barn. And Korra, the main character, like, innocent, I don't know anybody. I'm just a war orphan. She hears this. She grabs a hatchet and just walks over there and literally kills them all but one. And he grabs a gun, and he's got the gun to the girl's head. And this robot that's with them, he has sworn to never hurt anybody ever since Princess Issa died, because she was the purest thing in the world. Well, this girl is the purest thing in the world to him. And he's like, oh my God, you remind me so much of Princess Issa. So he picks up a gun, and the guy's like, kill her, robot, kill her. And he just looks at him and pow, shoots the guy right in the face, and everyone's fine. So they killed all the soldiers except for the Asian guy. The Asian guy is the one that's going to be reporting back to everyone. And so literally first day there, they kill all the army men. Smart. I mean, they were douchebags, but like, you know, smart. They were supposed to be there for 10 weeks. They're not going to notice that they're not reporting back, but whatever. But then, so basically she's like, we need to fight against this. Like, we need to get ahead of this, like, before it gets out of like crazy, because like they will blow up this planet. They don't care. And so she and Gunnar, which is the harvest overseer, go on this.
Gunnar.
No, literally, that's his name. And
the Goon Commander.
Titles as Gunnar, and it's Gunnar, and I thought that was so stupid. But anyway,
I really like the we need to get out ahead of this. Said every politician ever.
No, literally. Okay, so this is why. Okay, so that was the first 30 minutes of the movie.
All right.
This movie is 2 hours long, maybe a little longer.
God.
2 hours long. Okay. What do they do for the rest of the movie?
Ooh, random bullshit that you don't care about.
No. We gotta build a heist team.
Of course.
You know, in heist movies,
of course. If I had a nickel for every
85% building a team.
If I had a nickel for every time Zack Snyder made a heist movie when you thought it was not going to be a heist movie, I would have 2 nickels. The fuck?
Absolutely right. He does it.
So.
Didn't he do that with that zombie movie?
Which one?
The one where it's in Las Vegas and they gotta steal the vault, whatever.
Hello? He made that?
Army of Darkness, I think.
Army of Darkness.
This is
I'm looking that up.
Army of...
zombie heist movie. Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead sounds right.
Yep.
Anyway. So basically, Cora, Gunnar they go to this place. And I forget how they get to this place. I don't know. I don't remember. But basically, they fly to this place. And it's like when they leave in Star Wars, low key. Like when they leave to go looking for other people. I've only seen 3 episodes of Star Wars. Okay? No, 2. I remember this scene in Star Wars, low key, when they leave and they go to this weird place and there's weird looking people. Kind of same but different. So there's strange looking people, and like this guy comes up to her and Gunnar, and he's like a pig guy, and he's like feeling up Gunnar, and he's like, how much? And he's like, what? And she's like, he's not for sale. And then he gets mad. He's like, oh, mommy won't let you come play with me. And it's weird. So she his ass. And then she didn't kill him. And he comes back with his buddies. And he's like, you should have killed me. And so it becomes a shootout. And then there's this one guy that's left standing. And he's like, I heard you're looking for these people. Well, because the person that they were actually going to go see got arrested. So then they're like, okay, well, let's see if anyone else has any information. So they're looking for these fugitives of the state. And they basically are insurgents. And so they're going to go look for them. But then this guy, he's like, yeah, I'll help you, like, out of the kindness of my heart. He double crosses them eventually. And, like, they get the whole group together, all these people. So there's Tarek, General Titus, Nemesis, and then one of the insurgents. And they get all these people together. Turns out they're all wanted, including Cora. Cora is actually General Belisarius's adopted daughter. And she is also wanted. And so he was a bounty hunter the whole time. So she in some way, shape, form, she kills General Noble, who was taking over the farmland. So that whole time that I just explained was most of the movie. This is the end of that movie, okay? So she kills the guy. He falls off this like air buoy thing into the rocks of the ocean. He dead, like deader. Nothing is deader than him.
You know, it sounds this concept sounds like what if Star Wars but Ocean's 13.
Yeah, basically. So
the fuck was that?
There's so anyway. Anyway, so she kills him, right? So she goes back with all the people that she saved from the bounty hunter and General Belisarius, because he's not there yet. He just knows that they found her. And her real name is Arthaleus. And she was in the military.
Goofy name.
And she was Princess Issa's guard. And so she was like the best of the best. Well, I'll tell you more about that in the next movie when I get to that. So they go back with all the people that they saved, Tarek, Nemesis, this one insurgent guy, I forget his name, and then a couple stragglers and General Titus. So these are all like these people that are going to help them and fight for their cause, and they go back and it's fine. Well, that's the end of the movie. They just go back home. And it's like, man, I'm going to have to wait 2 years to find out what happens. JK, I never heard of this movie. So the second part just came out. So I watched the second part. It starts. They pick up General Noble out of the ocean. Homie's a cyborg, basically. Kind of. I don't know. He doesn't have bone. He's metal, I guess. They fix him. And he's on this ship. And so they're back home now. And basically they spend another 30 minutes to an hour of a 2-hour movie preparing for a fight. And they have all the grain. So basically what they do is they have all the grain. It's ready. They blockade everything in the village with the grain so that they can't blow up the village without losing all the food for their troops. So the Asian guy, as aforementioned, has been reporting back the entire time. And they're like, hey, have you seen so-and-so and so-and-so? Like, it's kind of weird that we haven't seen them in a while. And he's like, oh, they're out making sure that they're working. Like, being dicks, basically. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, they did. They did. And so they know that Archelaus is with them. Archelaus is wanted, right? Which is Cora, in chick. Cora is wanted because she killed Princess Issa. She did not kill Princess Issa. General Balsarius did. And then the way they kill her and the king and the queen is the general is standing there in the room in this like big ballroom area, and the king, queen, and the princess are all walking through, and they had a freaking concert orchestra in a circle around the room. They all have masks on, like over their head kind of masks.
An eyes wide
they're
shut
playing
party.
slow, beautiful music. And then all of a sudden, they kill the king, kill the queen. They make her shoot the princess. Or she's gonna shoot the princess, but then they shoot her because she couldn't do it or something like that. I don't remember. But then they all of the military people look at her and they go, Archelaus killed Princess Issa. And everyone's like, and it's like, what? What? So basically, her adoptive father blamed her for all of his doing. And that's why she's wanted. And it's so stupid. And so they go through all this really insane tactical shit and sentimental shit. And all these people die. And like all this stuff happens in the wartime that they have with General Noble and his people because he survived. All the army people are there. Like, it's insane. And they taught all the women and children how to shoot and stuff. It's very beautiful. The one chick, Nemesis, she's the only one with a sword that resembles anything to a lightsaber. But basically, when her village, because she was a mother, and all she ever wanted was her children back, they died in war, unfortunately. And it's very sad. But she's Asian, like East Asian, and she Slade ate it up. So it's like their version of a Japanese samurai. And like,
and again, she's for legal reasons, she's not carrying a lightsaber, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna explain that. Give me a second. So her land was peaceful fishing town, and until the day she lost her children, there was just this rage that built up of revenge that she needed to she just needed to focus it somewhere. But her kids died. And so she went to her room, and because they were very peaceful, but they had ancient ways of war there, she pulls out this box. And basically what's in it is 2 gauntlets and 2 swords. She takes the sword, which glows red like hot molten metal, with her rage. It's flowing through her, and she chops off her arm. And she puts on a gauntlet, and it fuses with her arm. And then she does it to the other one, puts on the other gauntlet, and it literally channels her rage and revenge seekingness into the gauntlets, which powers the swords, which when she like...
This sounds healthy.
It's really cool. I can't really describe it. But it's not a lightsaber. It kind of just makes everything molten. Like when it strikes metal, but it's similar to a lightsaber, but different.
For legal reasons, it's different.
Yeah.
Does it give that vibe where it's like, this isn't a lightsaber, but like
the
it's
vibe
just
is there, like
enough of a lightsaber where they couldn't get sued for it.
Let me see if I can find a picture. But like, it's really cool. The fight scenes are really interesting. Like, it tells the story really well. It flows really well. I give the movies like a 7-ish.
Seven?
We're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't watch them again. They were pretty good. Like, if you don't look at them as like something similar to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's not a bad
when you
movie.
watch the rest of Star Wars, I want you to revisit this score and still see if it still deserves that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me see if I can send you this image. One sec. It wasn't a bad movie. My recap probably isn't as good as like it could be. This is what the swords look like, at least for Nemesis. Then the bad people, theirs are like a blue fire color. It's but she defeats General Noble once and for all, and like everything explodes. It's really cool. But at the end of the movie, they reveal a secret, which General Titus, after they win, he looks at her and he goes, she's like, I'm Arthaleus. Like, he's like, I know, child. He's the only black man too, which is interesting. And he was in a Coliseum fighting because he felt bad because when he was in war last, all of his troops died, but it was like not really his fault, like because he wanted to go against the motherland. Basically, the motherland, and all his soldiers were like, hey, I get it, I'm going against them too. They were like, oh, guess what, you get to live with survivor's guilt because we're gonna blow them all up, blow up all your men. That's what they did, and I think that's kind of crazy, but okay, go off, King.
Kind of an overreaction, but
you know what, go off.
A bit of a noof.
So he has been living with survivor's guilt, drunk in a Coliseum for years, and so when she finds him, and so he's like, child, I know it's not your fault, like you didn't kill her. And she's like, she tells everyone she's Arthaleus, killer of Princess Issa, and he's like, you didn't kill her. You didn't kill her. Guess what? She's still alive, bestie. And so I'm not Zack Snyder. However, I think I could tell you what's going to happen in the next movie. I think the girl Sam that the Asian guy fell in love with and the robot saved, I think that's the real Princess Issa, and they just dropped her on a random ass farming city. Random ass moon. I don't know, but that's the vibe I got, and I was like, maybe. But yeah, it was interesting movies.
all right. We're gonna be introducing a new segment called YouTube Bullshit. It was where we talk about YouTube drama, and this week we're talking about Watcher. Does anyone know that channel?
No.
Does anyone know BuzzFeed Unsolved?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't watch it very often, but I know it.
Okay, the guy, so Shane and Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved and Stephen Lim from Worth It, that one show where they, compare poor items versus rich items. I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, so they started their own like YouTube channel when they left BuzzFeed.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were like really the only content creators that BuzzFeed had left that people like gave a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they left, it was like that's curtains for BuzzFeed, because BuzzFeed Unsolved was like generating a shitload of money. But they left, start their own channel, and they go on for a couple of years. They make like their own version of BuzzFeed Unsolved for legal reasons. It's not called BuzzFeed Unsolved, and
yeah.
It's interesting looking. Their thumbnails are
Last Friday they announced that all of their content will be paywalled behind a third-party streaming service that they created.
Oh.
And they said,
Yeah.
like, the video that they announced this, it's like, it gives the vibe of a breakup,
Oh.
and it's just like,
Oh.
Is
Remember you
this?
talking about this to us?
Yeah. But I was like, but it's like, oh, did they just dump me as a fan
Yes. Because I don't want to pay.
because
their
I'm
content.
broke?
Yeah.
And like
So
the
basically-
Patreon. What?
What you're saying is they're like, we love you guys. However, all of our content is now on OnlyFans. Subscribe for $30 a month.
Kinda. That's kind of what's happening.
That's kind of gay.
And then they had a moment that's very reminiscent of $5 a month. If you remember that shit,
Yeah. How much is it gonna be?
it's gonna be $6.99. No, they said $5.99 a month. But like,
$5.99 a month.
Steven Lim is like, which is really affordable. And then like
And
Ryan like turns his head away from the camera real quick, like, Ooh, fuck.
you're telling me that they did this in a 3-minute long video?
No, that was the backtrack.
40 seconds?
That was the
Oh,
backtrack.
okay.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay,
God.
no, the original video says goodbye YouTube. This came out 6 days ago as of when this is airing being recorded. It has 2 million views and it's called Goodbye YouTube, and it's the 3 guys on a couch
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
looking sad.
What
for
is this? What are
15
you
and a
doing
half
right now? What is this?
I'm describing.
Okay. I thought you were doing a bit. It's 3 guys on a couch. I mean, like, when we're talking about YouTube controversy, that's
No,
pretty
like,
standard.
really?
Yeah, there's
It is.
5
It
black
looks like an
dudes
apology
behind
video.
them.
No.
Literally, there's
All
picture
right.
frame wall behind them and a lamp, and it looks like
I'm server muting Sahara so I can
Is
get
this
through my...
is this for the like the ASL community?
Yeah. what the
This
hell?
for accessibility?
This is for...
what is wrong with you? This is I can't take their thumbnail for this seriously.
Okay.
Goodbye, YouTube.
As I was saying before Sarah decided to become an
Sorry.
ASL community advocate,
I'm blind.
so they announced that they're gonna paywall their content, and pretty much all of their fans got really mad because it felt like they weren't appreciating their fans at all. And also, they did the exact same thing BuzzFeed did, overhired and didn't have enough money to pay for all the employees that they hired.
Mm-hmm.
Classic BuzzFeed maneuver. Of course, they somehow didn't learn from their previous employer, and now they're like, "Oh, we gotta paywall it because we're gonna go bankrupt if we don't." And it's just like, okay, sorry, Worth It Man. It's hard to hear you tell me about your money struggles when I've seen you eating golden ice cream.
Yeah.
His new show, it's not like worth it anymore. It's, hey, how much money can we spend making food? Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a vocal part of their community that's kind of blaming Steven, who is the sitting CEO, which, I mean, like, yeah. If business run bad, I mean, yeah, you're gonna blame the CEO. Then Moist Critical made a video about it, and he was like, I don't understand how they could be in the red. He's like, I run an esports org. I have 25 players. For one player, it costs $10,000 a month. So that's like 100. $20,000 a year, and he's like, their numbers are better than my numbers, like, and their content is very brand friendly, like high produced, over 30 minutes long content. So it's like, that's shit advertisers want. And they're being like, oh, we can struggle. We've been struggling to get advertisers. How? Motherfucker, how? If you ask me, they just got greedy. But they got yelled at by their fans, and then 3 days later, after making that announcement video on Friday, they reversed the decision.
Like, altogether?
Yeah, so they changed it, so instead of all of their videos being paywalled, they're going to... It releases a month earlier on the streaming platform, and then it will go onto YouTube. Instead, which is what they should have done to begin with.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can't take something away that's free and charge it. And then Voice Critical pointed out, he was like, also, like, what about your growth? Stop, like, when you don't put out content on your channel, you're not getting new viewers. Like, they'd be, like, shooting themselves in the foot if they did that.
Yeah.
I'm reading the comments under the video, and I think they're some of my favorite things.
The comments were pretty good. It was my favorite
the
is probably
old Shane, eat the rich. But now it's the old Shane, eat the rich, would have wanted us to pirate it. And then there's a lot of comments about the ice cream.
Yeah,
I'm noticing.
My favorite.
I've seen it in 10.
My favorite comment is is spending BuzzFeed's money on golden ice cream sure was funny, but spending it with our money is not.
And then someone said, guys, what if we all just share one account? Just 6,000 likes on that? Slay.
And Oompaville made a video, and he's just said straight up, if they didn't reverse course, I would have just pirated it. I'm like, based as fuck. Say it with your chest. Piracy is based.
Because underneath this video, because I have it paused, and I'm just, like, reading the comments, right? Directly underneath this comment, right before the comment section, it's the shop. And someone was like, so the $80 hoodies. So the merch website wasn't making enough with $80 hoodies, $40 t-shirts, and $45 or $125 mystery boxes with your 13,000 subscribers on your active Patreon with a minimum $5 a month donation.
They're making at least $60K a month off of Patreon.
Just Patreon alone.
And they got to be making a couple $100,000 a video off of like YouTube ads and sponsorships.
Yeah, no, literally. But I think the funniest thing I just realized is that they do have a series called Puppet History. And I don't know how that makes me feel.
Puppet History is pretty decent.
I don't like Puppet is staring off into the distance with a
Puppet
Titanic
talking about crazy things from history, pretty much.
Okay, so it's your bit with a puppet.
But you know it's brand safe.
We should sue.
No, they were first, but
I don't care.
But ours is.
I didn't ask.
Theirs is brand safe. Our version the host will say fuck, not their version. But they're making a lot of money, so it makes no sense how they're in the red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they're in the red, they need to bring somebody that's actually a business person on. And they're like, we don't want to lay off our staff, and it's just like, I mean, if you're in the red. How about instead of making your viewers pay for your poor decisions, you you have to make a hard decision.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to.
Yeah.
You could like be like, hey, in 2 weeks we're laying these people off. Find new jobs.
Oh.
Like it's like a reverse 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
Could have done
Gandhi
something.
said, "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed."
Slay. Period.
Gandhi also
God.
beat women, so who cares?
Bro needs to eat. Bro, he's not himself
Gandhi.
when he's hungry. Eat a Snickers.
Man.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's not slay of them. Like I get it's $5.90 or $5 a month or $5.99 or however much you said it was. Like it's under $10 a month. But like
That's $60 a year.
literally, but like why would I pay for just their content? Is it
why would I pay for YouTube videos?
Or literally
the only YouTuber like third party service I pay for is Dropout, and it's because of Dimension 20. Everything else, I do not care.
Yeah.
the only like off of subscription thing that I want to pay for, or well, it's a subscription, but like off normal subscriptions, like it's not Hulu, Netflix kind of deal, is Shudder, and it's all horror content, and that's all I want. That makes sense. Like if it's a bunch of people with one content style in mind, and they have like the audience for it, that makes sense. But because it's like watch our channel but pay for it, like what?
Yeah. Makes no sense.
Yeah, it.
Hey, y'all, this is our goodbye YouTube video, and we're gonna charge
It's
$1.99.
over.
It's over.
It's over. This
It's
is
been
our
good.
goodbye.
I've never seen.
Can we post a video that says goodbye YouTube or something? Like farewell YouTube? Which is clickbait.
Okay, we're
This
gonna
does.
do that for our first live video.
When you're back.
When you come back, and it's just it starts out with the image, and it's like, guys, time we said goodbye,
over.
and then all of a sudden it just pans to Reed's garage.
It's so over.
It's so over.
Or we're just in a different location that's not my garage.
Yeah.
Or we're in Canada.
That would be kind of funny. Or camera pans and we're in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Camera pans and we're just in the middle of the desert somewhere.
We're just getting blasted on a cruise ship.
Camera pans and we're atop of Mount Everest. All right. Welcome back to the Gred podcast.
Dude, let's get real trained so that we can climb Mount Everest and put our podcast flag up there.
Nah.
Not on the top. Okay, let's do it.
We're not doing this. This was suggested as a bit. I do not want to become a peepsicle, a personsicle or whatever. I do not want to be a frozen dead body on the top of Mount Everest.
They make you bring them down now.
No, they don't. That shit. If you're in a tough location, you're there forever.
Yeah, there's like 47 bodies still over there that they just can't
tough
recover.
Location, but if you're not in a tough location, they'd be like, bring him back.
Bring him back.
Hey,
bring him back to life. But
literally,
or you're fired. Benson.
But Benson fired.
Yeah, anyway. But a lot of people have been assigning blame to Steven, and I think it's solely because, well, he's the CEO, and two, he's also known for making these shows that are about spending large quantities of cash, and that's not a good look when you're telling people you're struggling for money.
Yeah, no, literally.
Also, notice what's not a good look is spending $50,000 on your wedding, which is something Shane did. And it's like, dog, this is why you don't say how much shit cost.
Why you hustle in silence, my guy.
That's right. That's right. But so I thought it would be fun if we could each try to come up with a title for the YouTube bullshit clip.
Um.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I have Watcher Driven to Stupidity by Greed.
This is a short clip.
No, it's not a short clip. It's like
It'll be a separate video.
it's gonna be a separate video.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I got something. I need to work on it. Hang on.
Okay, Warrior's got to
I'm
get.
trying to make mine make sense.
All right.
So long, YouTube. Or ciao. Or bye bye, YouTube.
Watcher says, "Oh,
Is it Watcher says ciao YouTube, Maury, or is it just ciao YouTube?
What if we do like Watcher says bye bye YouTube.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm trying to I got something going, but I need to develop the idea.
You develop the idea.
Mine was developing, and the first thing that I got was, in essence, this is it being workshopped, is Watcher flushes your money down the toilet.
Okay.
But that's not, I had to get there, because there was a lot. I wanted it to be Watcher and something wasting money. Frivolous Watcher says goodbye to YouTube.
Watcher says GG YouTube.
Yes.
Watcher says GG YouTube.
Yeah.
It's gonna just be Watcher and then quotes GG.
Yeah. Watcher. GG.
All right. I like that.
I
Watcher.
Watcher. GG YouTube. It's so I love it. That's better than Chow.
That is better than Chow.
I think ours should be Chow. Because Chow was a sleigh, but it slayed too hard for them. They don't deserve our sleigh.
Yeah. Oh, and the reaction from the apology has been pretty good. It's a pretty good apology. Like, there is no like, hey.
They are on a
Yeah.
couch.
They just like, hey, we fucked up.
They take accountability for real.
Yeah, they say, I'm sorry, we fucked up. We didn't consider how this would affect you, the fans.
The first one ever to actually take accountability and say they're sorry.
I'm sorry.
Like right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's unheard of. And also, like, you can tell that there's a script, but it feels like I noticed that they're reading from a script less, if that makes sense.
It feels more genuine.
Yeah, like a part that felt read off a script was when Steven was like, and we apologize for any comments suggesting $5.99 is affordable for everybody. I felt
like you're reading it off a teleprompter right now.
Yeah.
You did that too well. Are you scripted?
We are scripted.
We are.
If this
every
was scripted,
episode of the Gred podcast is scripted. I'm sorry you had to find it this way.
If this was scripted, would I say penis? I don't think so.
Think about it.
I got lotion on my dick.
Have you ever seen the script and me in the same room together?
Think about it.
I don't know, my guy.
But for apology ranking, I give them an 8 out of 10.
Oh. That's pretty high.
That is pretty high.
It's a pretty good apology. I'll give them that.
Did you forgive them?
I'll think about it.
Gives them an 8, but doesn't know if he forgave.
The pinned comment down below.
I forgive Ryan and Shane, but Steven, Hood watch. That's all I'll say.
Tell us if you forgave them in the comments down below.
That's right. And
Yeah, I
also,
want to know.
the thumbnail's done for this. I'll send it. It's pretty basic, but I feel like the basic nature.
Okay.
You know, hold on.
Hmm?
I'm exporting
Okay.
it.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Edit this out.
And it's staying in. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
3-hour
I'm switching
episode?
my headphones.
What's up? What's up, Sarah?
What are we talking about? I was switching my headphones.
Penis,
Talking about
boy stuff.
Hmm.
You wouldn't get it.
the duality of man. That's the thumbnail.
Nice.
For the YouTube bullshit.
Yeah.
Me like. The boys sitting on the
The
couch.
cow is gonna be in every one.
I feel like the cow looks a little. Oh, I don't know why.
Looks like what?
It looks weird to me. It looks stretched, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
It is
Anyway,
stretched a little bit.
damn.
I'll see if I can. Find him.
It's okay. I blame Maury. I can't stop saying, "There's lotion on my dick. I'm stroking my shit."
You blame him for that? No, you thank him for that.
I got lotion on my
No,
dick. I'm
because I'd be-
stroking my shit. I got lotion on my dick.
No, because people be asking me for lotion at work, like where the lotion is, and I'm like, "There's lotion on my dick. I'm stroking my shit." In my brain, as I'm walking over to the lotion,
God, your brain is cracked.
is because I can't stop saying to men specifically, "Slay, girl, queen, pussy, boss, girl, queen, slay."
The fuck you just say to me? Never speak to me again.
I was on the phone with Lucas yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know when. The other day we were playing Lethal Company,
Hold on,
right?
hold on, stop. We're 52 minutes in.
Oh shit. Okay, analog time. In essence, I called him baby girl and he hung up on me.
God, talk about a man not insecure about his masculinity at all. Shots fired at Lucas. What you gonna do about it, pussy?
Nothing, because he's in Puerto Rico. Can't come back right now. Anyway,
You can't get to me.
You-
Sorry.
thank you for sending that to me, Maury. I'm gonna just send that to random men on Hinge.
Okay.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
Anyways, Maury, did you want to tell us about your analog horror deep dive?
Oh yeah, that's right. So anyways, analog horror is basically like a mini horror show made by people on the YouTube.
The YouTube.
And it started
Wait.
with stuff like No Through Road and Marble Hornets, which Marble Hornets is just Slender Man. Kind of started around 2009. No Through Road is actually really good. It's a UK analog horror series where it's like three dudes. They're in a car and they go. It's like really late at night, and the dialogue is really good. It's all scripted, but the
Yeah.
dialogue is really good for what it is, which is like super low budget, little like indie, like mini movie thing. But the dialogue's really well made. The acting is pretty well made, and you can really tell like it's the type of dialogue that makes you remember how you used to talk, you know? Because they're all like teenagers in high school, and they're driving home, and they go through this tunnel that it says that it's gonna take them to their town or whatever. It's the UK, and all the towns are really next to each other, and they all have funny names like Dwarvisher,
They're all
Right.
5 minutes from each
You know.
other.
Yeah. And they go through this tunnel, and they notice that they keep going like in circles, and they get out at one point to piss, I think, and one guy sees someone on the side of the road wearing a mask, like a white mask, with really circular eye holes, and then they keep going, and
Green.
they're like,
they see that
so
shit,
they're
and
in
they're
a-
like,
they start screaming in fear, and they speed away in the car. They're in a car, by the way, and they come to the conclusion that they're in a time loop of some sort, and the same road keeps looping, and they keep going past the exact same sign over and over again, and they say that they've been going at it for 3 hours. But it was, when they started, it was like 4 in the morning. So, and the sun rises at 7 in the UK. So, at that point, the sun should have gone up, but it's exactly the same. It's still night, like pitch black outside. And they come to the conclusion that the only way must be to try going in reverse. And it's kind of been it's been done before since this thing with games and shows and movies where like they're in a loop, where like stuff keeps looping, and the only way is to go backwards.
Yeah.
So they go in reverse, and they end up like really within like 30 seconds. They end up right where they started before the tunnel that they crossed at first. And they look ahead, and they turn on the lights, and there's a guy there, and he starts sprinting at them, and the car won't start. And then this is just the first episode, I guess. There's like 3, I think. And it ends with like one of the guys getting like beat to death with the camera, and you're like seeing it through the camera's perspective.
Holy shit.
And the whole thing is, well, the first episode is supposedly like MI6 released the video so that to see if anyone will give them information on it. And then the second one is something else, and the third one's something else. Like, it's all from like a different perspective, kind of. The second one is one of the guys survived that night and went back to the place where his friend disappeared, where his other 2 friends disappeared, to like leave some flowers, because he thinks that they're dead. And him and this other guy that went with him, they get stuck in that same time loop, but just somewhere else.
Oh, hell no. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah, that's No Through Road. It's called that because at the beginning it says No Through Road on the sign, and that's where it keeps repeating. Really good for being 2009 and like super early YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And then that was even before, I think, Marble Hornets, which created Slender Man. And then recently, right, I got into it because I fell asleep. Right, and when I fall asleep, I like to have some stuff queued on YouTube. I pay for fucking YouTube Red, all right? I'm going to use it. I'm going to use YouTube. So I queue up a shitload of videos, usually just like 4, but they're usually longer. I usually have some short ones at the beginning, and then I'll have like some longer ones later, just to, have on for a while I sleep, just in case I wake up. I don't have to queue another video to fall asleep. And the last video on this queue was Greylock Analog Horror. And I went to sleep at like 11 that night. I woke up at 5 a.m. to the sound of a woman screaming in agony. And it was really loud. Like, insanely loud. And I remember in my dream, right before that, in my dream, I could hear the whole thing play out because there's 12 tapes, and the whole thing is like different cases of weird, really gory, like violent shit happening in this one town in, I think, Massachusetts, around this one mountain, and the mountain's name is Greylock. And the 12th tape, which is I think is the last tape that has been released, is about. I highly suggest you go watch that tape specifically, tape 12, because it's really good. It's really well made. And it's about a woman who gets a notification. She gets a call from a security service, and the lady is like really well known because she opened a dog kennel for like a shitload of dogs in the neighborhood, and she was in the newspaper, the local newspaper, and she gets a call from her security system like company, and the like operator is like, hey, we have an alert. It looks like some of your cameras aren't working, and it looks like there was a door that unexpectedly opened and then closed again. So I was wondering if you were over there, and she was like, no. And she's like, this has been happening a lot recently. Like it's weird that this has been happening so often, like all these false alarms. And then the guy's like, well, that's weird. Let me take a look at it. And she's like, listen, I can just go over there and just check it out and make sure my dogs are okay and turn off the alarm. And the guy's like, I don't know about that. I really don't think you should do that and go over there. And she's like, it'll be literally like 2 minutes. I'll be over there. I'll just check on the dogs, turn off the alarm.
Was it 2 minutes, Maury?
It was like less than that, I think.
Damn. Yeah, no, this ain't no Scooby-Doo. What the fuck?
Yeah. And the guy is looking through the cameras, and he keeps seeing that so there's like recordings of when like there's been a breach of security, and he looks through them, and most of them have like errors or something, or there's like nothing. In one of them, you can see this really long fucking pale thing on the roof of the kennel, like building. And he doesn't see it because it's really dark in that part, but if you pay attention, you can see it. And he doesn't see it, but he's still on the phone with her, and she like is walking over. And she opens the door, and typically, all right, the dogs are barking like a lot, like all night they're barking. But you can notice that they're not barking right now.
Yeah.
And
that's not good.
at the beginning of the tape, you can hear them bark, and then out of nowhere, they just stop. They just all stop barking.
Oh,
and the woman goes in there, and she's like, "Hey, little guys," and then she's like, "Wait, hello? Are you guys okay?"
Chet, are you there, Chet?
And then the guy operating is like, "What's going on?" And then she's like, "They're not barking. They're not moving. They're just standing there." And then the guy goes to one of the cameras, and he sees that something fucking really long and like covered in blood opened the door and closed it again earlier, and that's what the alarm set off. And then he starts freaking out and immediately calls the police. And he's like, they'll be there in like 4 minutes.
What the fuck is that response time? Dog water response. And
then immediately, all the lights go out in the building. All the power goes out. And
she should have just sent the police in the beginning, and then she could have just went
honestly.
and met the police there. But anyway, keep going.
She tries to... So it's pitch black, and she has a flashlight. She brought a flashlight. And then...
Good.
she goes to go back to the door, and then she starts screaming, and the operator's like, "What happened?" And she's like, "Something just reached out and took my flashlight away." So now it's pitch black darkness, and the operator's like, "All right, just hold on to one of the walls and try to find your way around that way." So she walks while still holding onto the wall, and she goes to where the door should be, and there's nothing.
What?
There's nothing there. There's no door. And the operator goes to the camera that looks at the front door, and there's no door there. There's just a floor mat that says "Welcome" on the
That's
floor.
weird.
There's no door, and so she finds her way around, and she finds a different door. She goes down. She goes to the basement, and the operator's like, "All right, well, whatever's in there, it's really dark, so it probably can't see just as much as you can. So just try to be quiet." And it's like a whole minute of just complete silence.
Mm-hmm.
And you can and then you start to hear something like coming towards her, slowly approaching. And then it's like another minute of complete silence. All you can hear is like her breathing. And then she says, "I think my skin is moving." And then she starts screaming in agony. And then after that,
the way the skin feels on your body?
"I don't like the way my skin feels on my body. Peel it off.
Peel it off.
Peel off your skin."
Peel off your skin.
Says
Lightning McQueen.
At the end of it, there's a recording of the police that arrived. There's body cam footage of the police that arrived. Dude, it's fucking horrific. They find her, and they find her and her dogs fused together. Their bodies
Fused together.
Yeah,
What's this called?
it's called Greylock.
I'm gonna look. I want to see what this looks like.
I'm good.
It's fucking crazy.
My imagination is too much already, so.
I sent the link the other day in the group chat. Here's tape 12, Waking Your Subconscious. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The whole series is pretty crazy.
It sounds well made.
A lot of
That is holy shit.
what are you looking
I'm
at?
looking at the video of the lady fused with the
Oh
dog.
yeah.
How do you fix that?
I don't think you
You
can.
don't.
Is she dying? What's going on?
Me.
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty horrific. But it's like a mystery that you're solving, like piece by piece, but all you're doing is watching.
That's fun.
Yeah, in it there's a detective that forgot his name, but he's a private detective, I think, and he's like uncovering this stuff, and you're kind of seeing it from his perspective of stuff that he's finding. And there's different characters that like narrate and find different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty
That's
crazy.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
You just gave Reed his next Reddit story obsession type deal.
Probably not.
No, too graphic for you.
Too graphic. That
If you go to 1703 1637, actually no, it's 1658. Go to 1658, you can see that thing that walks into the door and then closes it behind him. And this is what was in there before she even went in.
and that thing fused her with her dogs.
Yeah.
I think you can fix it. It ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna lose all the dogs probably.
I don't know. She looks pretty fucked up.
You can save the lady maybe. Looking at this.
Oh, right. I gotta see it. How far
You
in
wanna
do I have to go to see it?
Go to
It's really fucking
32,
loud.
32:20. Hang on. Yeah, 32:26. Go to that.
Oh.
Why did the cops run?
If I saw that, I'd fucking run.
Reed,
dude.
you can't fix that.
Yes, you can.
No.
You gotta believe.
She's chewing
Get
on her
house-
intestine.
Get house in on this.
I need 6 Vicodin in a bottle.
Get house in on this. He'll fix it.
No way.
Give that boy some fucking Adderall. He'll have his shit done in 3 days.
Yeah. My boy some Ritalin.
Also, some of it
House
is
fix this. Don't worry about
some of it is also so this is also conveyed at the beginning, at least, as like a training video for members of this like SCP type shit, like organization. I don't remember what they're called. But they are the ones that kind of started this because they had a mining team that they were mining the mountain, the Greylock, and they came across. You can see it in tape 1 and 2. They came across this like ancient chamber, filled with crazy shit, and then everyone at the dig site started getting sick, really badly, and after a while, they also saw that creature that went into the house. He's called the Tall Man. They saw that guy, like the night crews would see him wander around the outside of the dig site, and all of them got sick. And then after they all got sick and they stopped like reporting in or anything, I think in one night, like something crazy, like 47 different homes were broken into, and everyone in those homes were killed brutally.
Damn, homeboy went on a spree.
One night. And then I think at the same time, a bunch of babies disappeared from their wombs.
Yeah, maybe like when all of your employees all of your employees get sick, it's time to call it.
Yeah, no, for real.
At the same time,
Yeah.
and you're fucking with some old shit. It's
Especially
time
a construction.
undo. It's time to command undo that shit. It's time to seal whatever the fuck you unleashed back up.
Yep.
Poltergeist shit.
Because, like, legally, if they ever found out that it was them that unleashed that monster, they're liable.
Yep.
Reed,
Oh, yeah.
you should become a lawyer.
For every single thing that fucker does. Can you imagine having a company that's responsible for that?
Reed, you need to become a lawyer.
Apple would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think honestly, a monster doing this shit could bankrupt a company if they're liable. I think it could get it done. Disappearing babies out of wombs.
Yeah, let's get it done, all right?
47 murders, a bunch of babies disappeared.
Yeah, in one night.
Yeah, no, that's a couple billion right there.
There's a part of that tape where a guy in his home, after hearing about this, he takes out his camera and he opens the window, and in the distance, like all around, he can hear people screaming in their homes.
I hear people screaming. Best open up my windows.
Yeah, and he he records it.
Yeah, sounds like people are dying inside their houses.
Yeah, it's believed that the crew were the people that did that. They like came down from the mountain, from the dig site, and onto the city, and started killing people in their homes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I just want to circle back. It sounds like my neighbors are getting murdered. Let's crack a window.
Yeah.
Insane.
They would. There's always that one guy.
Behavior.
That is because I'm nosy.
You'd be like, I feel like horror movie scenario. You're screaming. You crack the window, and then Maury immediately grab you and slam the window shut. The fuck?
No, literally. Because you'd be like, Sarah, what are you doing? And then I'd be like, shut up, I'm listening.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my fiance the other day about how if it's a ghost or something, and like we hear some ghostly activity, right? We gotta scare the ghost. Obviously. We gotta just start sprinting at it because they're not expecting it at all. They're expecting us to be like, "Oh my god, what is that? Is that a ghost?" You know?
Video.
Do some paranormal. The paranormal activity type shit, right? No, we got to start fucking sprinting at it and like yelling at it. Get out! Who are you?
In that same vein,
I don't know you.
I saw this video of this guy where like the fridge opens by itself, and then he picks up the fridge and body slams it through his table.
Yeah, show fucking dominance, dude. It's just a ghost. It's incorporeal. Bro doesn't even have a body.
Maury. Bro literally is
Ghostbusters, but it's just Maury.
However, right, if it's a serial killer, nah, dude, I'm not fucking with that. I don't care. I don't care if I'm fucking 7 foot, weigh 300 pounds. I'm not fucking with a serial killer, all right? If he's got a mask on, especially. If the dude has a mask on, bro, I'm blowing up everything.
Bro, okay, I'm blowing it up. Imagine this. Bro breaks into your house. He kills someone that's there. He's got a mask on. He looks at you and slowly takes the mask off.
Then it's on.
Like, that's a sign that they're going to try and kill you.
And they're being cocky.
Yeah, they're being cocky
they're being cheeky about it.
All right, in that case,
you
I take
like
that as
that
a
word
challenge.
Recently.
Right? I take that as a challenge, all right?
Yeah, probably.
So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sprinting to whatever the nearest weapon is, and I'm going to start like going like side to side, right? And like if it's a knife, I'm going to start like twirling it around, and I'm going to start acting cocky, right?
All right.
And I'm going to start giving the finger, right? And then he's going to start, reciprocating it because of course they're serial killers and they can't fucking take it when someone is like,
outdoing them. They gotta.
Yeah. So they gotta start doing their own shit.
Yeah.
And before we know it, it's a dance off.
Yep. Dance battle to the death.
That's right.
I think. All right. Guy takes off mask. I'm there. I see this. I'm just gonna be like, "Wow, you looking over here like a Martian? You want me to take you to the fucking leader?" How are you? You fucking ugly ass piece of shit. Fucking finna break into my house. I'm gonna finna break your ass in half. I swear to God. Get off my fucking property. You look like your face was hit with a shovel at the age of 5 and you never healed from it properly.
Yeah, if I failed the dance battle, it's on to roasting, brother. I'm gonna start roasting his gay little ass.
That's right.
His gay little serial killer ass. Right. Bro probably got white gloves on. Bro trying to be MJ. Ain't no way. Start moon dancing away.
I'm scared.
Come over here like, precious. Shut up, bitch. You're not doing anything. I'll fucking hit him with an RKO.
Shit with that mask on. I can smell your shit from over here, dog.
There's lotion on my
dog. Your shit stinks so bad I smell it through your asshole.
Bro got a $20 knife. $20 kitchen knife, dog.
$20 knife.
Bro couldn't even get a Henkel.
And that's when you pull out your Glock.
Yes.
Bro got a $20 knife.
And then I shoot him in the chest.
Bro got a $20 knife, and each time you say bro got a $20 knife, you shoot him.
Bro. I feel like more terrifying though than a knife is a hammer. So if I bring out a hammer and I just start coming at him, and even though he stabs me, and I just start fucking hitting him with it, that's it. It's over, bro.
You start coming at him?
If someone comes at me with a hammer, dude, it's over. I'm done.
I'm gonna pull out a fucking power drill and be like, "Give me your nipples."
I'm gonna run at him with a dildo,
An impact.
but an obscenely large one that I keep in the
Like a
closet.
dildo
just
bat,
for...
like from Saints Row.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Nice.
The one that's like $600 on display because it's huge.
Oh,
I'm
the
gonna
one
buy
that
that.
weighs like
And
40
then
pounds.
you smack him in the face with the giant balls.
Dude,
Yeah,
can you
the
imagine
most
him in
huge-
lockup? Him in lockup. How did they catch you? Yo, she threw a fucking. She threw a
Monster
3-foot
talk to me.
tall, 40-pound dildo at me, and it knocked me the hell out.
How'd they catch you? You're not gonna believe this.
Moby huge.
That'd be funny.
That's the third time this week.
Hell yeah.
You guys want to hear a shitty joke real quick?
Yes.
Um,
Always.
let's see if I remember this. I heard that I
Oh,
read
no.
this like 2 days ago. So there's this guy. There's three guys, and they're on a bus. Mike is the name of one. Ike is the other one, and the third one's name is Mustard. Weird name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of them, right? There's no bathrooms on this bus. So, however, they're on this big road trip, and Mustard, right? He really, really, you ever be walking along and then out of nowhere, you really need a shit.
I guess,
Like,
yeah.
Like it doesn't like creep up on you; it just fucking hits you. Like I just need a shit right now. You ever had that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Mustard really needs to shit, like really badly, and he tells Ike, he's like, Ike, I really need to fucking shit, dude. And Mike's like, well, how about you shit in your sock, dude? Because I'm not stopping. And Mustard's like, no, what? I'm not gonna shit in my sock. It's disgusting. However, they keep going, and about an hour later, Mustard's like, fuck, dude. All right, I'm gonna do it. And he shits in a sock. And afterwards, he's like, hey, Ike, what am I supposed to do with the sock now that I shit in it? He's like, well, throw it out the window. So he takes the sock with shit in it, and he throws it out the window. Now, he didn't know this, right? But there was a cop behind him. And the cop sounds his fucking shit and pulls him over, and they pull over, and the cop walks in there and he's like, who threw this fucking sock out of the window and hit the shield? That's disgusting. Who was it? And Ike, right? He's like, all right, officer, it was Mustard, all right?
Narc ass bitch fucking.
It was Mustard. And the cop's like, no, it wasn't. It was shit. That's it.
Thank you for listening to
Thank
this
you
week's
for your
episode
service.
of the Gred podcast. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, go fuck yourself. See you next time.